I know I have not recognized a lot of you here. Today marks yet another significant milestone in our collective quest as a nation to ensure energy security and access for our people. From north to south, east to west, our country is replete with rich hydrocarbon resources, which the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari and Minister of Petroleum Resources is committed to finding and developing to end energy poverty, create shared prosperity, and enthrone sustainable development. In 2019, when the NNPC announced that it had encountered oil in commercial quantities at the Kolmani River well 2, the nation celebrated the news as a fitting outcome for years of geological investigations which were carried on with the tenacity and consistency that embody the pioneering spirit of the organization. Despite the enormity of challenges that NNPC encountered, the day has come when we can collectively witness and celebrate drilling for hydrocarbons in the north of our dear country. At the heart of this administration is a vision to drive infrastructure and industrial development of the country in order to prosper our citizens and make life more meaningful to all. This is the motivation that sustained the quest to reform the petroleum sector, which culminated in the passage and signing into law by Mr. President of the landmark Petroleum Industry Act in 2021. One of the key mandates of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources is to grow reserves from the current 37 billion barrels of oil to 40 billion barrels of oil by 2025. The PIA 2021 provided the regulatory support and framework for achieving this mandate by providing for the Frontier Exploration Fund, which the NNPC can utilize to deploy world-class cutting-edge technologies to de-risk exploration in the frontier basins. The commencement of drilling of Kolmani fields, which could hold as much as 1 billion barrels of crude oil, will significantly contribute in boosting our oil reserves and ensuring a continuous energy sufficiency. Today's event is coming on the heels of the recently concluded COP27 in Egypt, which was the epicenter for discussing the energy transition and climate change. We all recall the commitment that Mr. President made during COP26 in Scotland that Nigeria will attain net zero carbon emissions by 2060. That commitment has profound implications on the manner in which our national resources will be exploited and is responsible for measures which have already been taken to ensure the crystallization of that commitment. These measures include the signing of the Global Methane Pledge, as well as the recent guidelines for management of fugitive methane and greenhouse gas emissions, developed by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, which was celebrated globally at COP27. The key implication of these measures is that we need to think about sustainability even as we seek to increase capital for government spending through prudent and optimal use of our natural resources and other forms of domestic resource utilization. Given the fact that most players within the international financial ecosystem are progressively moving away from funding fossil fuel development, financing for demand, supply, and infrastructure prospects will need to incorporate decarbonization into project plans in order to attract funding. Nevertheless, the opportunity for investment and fantastic returns remains undiminished and is continually available to the discerning investors. This is why I'm particularly excited at the partnership between NNPC Limited, Sterling Global Oil, and New Nigeria Development Commission, NNDC, to carry out this drilling campaign. This is a testimony of the fact that the hydrocarbon sector will hold promise of return, still holds promise of return on investment, highlighting the role that this resource will continue to play in the global energy mix. Drilling for hydrocarbons, such as will happen in the upper Benue Trough, Gongola Basin, is crucial to our survival as a nation and needs to happen in tandem with the measures that we are taking on our pathway to the energy transition. We recognize that reduction in fossil fuel revenue without sufficient time and support to manage macroeconomic risk and the structural transformation required to build a diversified, sustainable and resilient economy will have catastrophic social knock-on effect for millions of people in Nigeria, and this cannot be allowed to happen. The risk arising from our current challenges of energy poverty, lack of access to clean cooking fuel, insecurity, and unemployment are pervasive across the nation, but so is the value proposition to all stakeholders. The reward of getting it right is so huge that we have no option but to stay the course and see it through. This is why I welcome the collaboration between NNPC Limited and its partners in this campaign and look forward to the expansion of these partnerships with respect to other basins, which will give us a fighting chance to address the myriad of issues that confront us. In closing, I want to specially thank Mr. President for all the support and guidance that he has provided that has led to the event, to this event today. In supervising the drilling exercise, Mr. President has once more demonstrated his commitment to the uninhibited development of petroleum industry and leaving it better and more prosperous than he found it. Indeed, it will go down in the annals of history that it was during his tenure, both as President and Minister of Petroleum Resources, that the hydrocarbons map of Nigeria was redrawn to include a region which was once the subject of speculative optimism, crystallizing instead into definitive prosperity. I thank you again, Mr. President, for also coming along with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your decided successor. To ensure the continuity of this noble vision. Congratulations, NNPC Limited. Congratulations, NNDC. And congratulations to AOML. Congratulations to us all Nigerians. Thank you very much.